In the stillness of ancient Japan, when nights were illuminated by bamboo and paper lanterns, a simple yet profound story unfolded. It's a tale that teaches us about perception, humility, and the unexpected lessons that life often brings. This is the story of a blind man, a lantern, and an encounter that reveals a deep truth.
In a time when the streets were lit only by the flicker of candles inside delicate lanterns, a blind man visited his friend. After a lovely evening together, it was time for the man to return home. The streets were dark, but to him, it made no difference. After all, he had lived in darkness his whole life.
I do not need a lantern. Darkness or light is all the same to me.
I know you don't need a lantern to find your way, my friend, but there's something else to consider. If you don't carry this lantern, others might not see you, and they could run into you. Take it, not for yourself, but for them.
The blind man understood. It wasn't about him needing the light. It was about others seeing him. And so, holding the lantern in front of him, he began to walk through the darkened streets, feeling the familiar path beneath his feet. But fate had other plans that night. Not long after he began his journey, a stranger came walking toward him. In the quiet of the night, their paths collided. The stranger bumps into the blind man.
Look out where you're going! Can't you see this lantern?
The stranger stops, looking at the blind man, then at the lantern.
Brother, your candle has burned out.
The blind man stood still for a moment, absorbing the stranger's words. His lantern, the very object meant to guide others, had lost its light. But he hadn't known. How could he? And yet, without knowing it, he had carried the darkness with him all along. The blind man smiles softly, nodding to the stranger, accepting the moment. What a profound irony. The lantern that was supposed to protect him and others had failed. But perhaps, the lesson here is not just about the light or the darkness, but about the awareness we have, or don't have, of the world around us. This story teaches us something deeper. Often, we believe we are helping others, offering guidance, or showing the way. But sometimes, like the blind man, we are unaware of the darkness we carry within ourselves. In life, we may carry lanterns, our beliefs, our actions, our guidance. But the light of those lanterns can fade, and we may not even notice. What truly matters is the awareness of our own limitations and the openness to learn from others. After all, the blind man carried the lantern, but it was the stranger who opened his eyes to a greater truth. And so, my friends, let this story remind us to carry our lanterns with humility. Be mindful of the light we offer, but also aware when that light has dimmed. For in that awareness, we find the ultimate lesson, to always remain open to the wisdom others bring, even when we think we know the way. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, leave your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.